What do you want to What do you think? Go on first, please. Go on first. Then one, two, three. That's the one, two, three. All right, we are back live. Let's get started right away. You guys can hear me? So right, so great everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the weekly watch list for the week of July 20th. Are you guys able to hear me? Put in the chat if you can hear me. Just put one in the chat if you can hear me. Just put one in the chat if you can hear me. Yeah, put one in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. I'm just going to do this here. Just one sec. I don't know what's going on with this. Okay, yeah, just give me a sec. I'll just show up with the Zoom link there so that we can do it for Zoom. I'm not sure why it's not, the audio is not working. We'll fix that next time. Where is this here now? Um,
Hindi tingin ba? Uh-oh.
I hope that's doing well. Start with the issues. I think trying to play the thing from Zoom to YouTube and it was giving me issues. But we'll fix that next time. So let's decide. I don't want to take much of your time. We already had I'm connecting to YouTube, so let's see how to this out. So is everybody able to hear me? Put some one in the chat and let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. One in the chat. That's the 1, 2, 3. Are you able to hear me? Okay, scratching. Okay. Um, let's see here. Where do something? Um, let me see if there's any clarity on myself. Maybe there's other YouTube open. Is audio better now? Testing 1, 2. Okay. I'll go get my other mic. Just give me 1 second. I'll just go get my other mic. Um, Okay, I'll be back. Just give me one. Okay, testing mic 1 2. Are you able to hear me now? Is it clear? Is it loud and clear? Testing mic 1 2. Just put one in the chat and let me know if you can hear me. Okay, all right, awesome. Good one. All right, let's get started. Technology things, right? We'll get it sorted out next time. Yeah, I was just trying to see if I can, like, there's a way where you can connect your, like, you can stream from, connect Zoom to YouTube and stream from there so that you don't have to, like, be doing all sort of things. But it looks like there were some issues with the connectivity and stuff like that. We'll get that sorted out next time. So let's get started. I'm also still streaming on YouTube, so it's going to show up there automatically. So we'll just leave it there. So we can stay in here. If you have any friends that you invited to join, feel free to send them the Zoom link for them to join, and then we can get started right away. So tonight is going to be an interesting one. There's a lot of interesting tickets that I have here that are looking primed for a big move. So depending on how the market works out this week, we shall execute on those. All right. So before I get started, I'll just go through a few things here, a few updates in terms of what happened in the market last week. So last week was on a green week as well in the market in terms of all the major indices closed green, and it's really remarkable. Like the market is just so like pushing up and not really showing any signs of reversal. So we are going to take a quick look here. So we are going to go to the weekly chart here, and you are going to see that most of the indices like this QQQ is the ETF for the Nasdaq green. We go to SPY.
Hi, Richie.
Yeah.
Sorry, if you are
Sorry.
sharing screen, I can't see it. I don't know if
Okay.
it's only
Just one
applicable
sec.
to.
Just one sec. I'll share my screen now. I think the thing is taking a little bit of time. So let me just get this thing here. Give me 1 sec. Someone is trying to join. Let me allow the person to join first. 1 sec. 1 sec. Who is that person? Um, Somebody trying to join. Okay, that's the person. Let me let the person join. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now and then we can get started. All right. Okay. So let's do this all again from the scratch. Okay. So welcome to the weekly watch list for the week of July 20th. We are almost getting to the end of the month here. So the summer is halfway through almost, and we are in the earnings season. So my name is Richard J, and I'm the lead trader here at Trading Rich, and I'm looking to provide you guys with a game plan for the week. So there's a lot happening in the market. The market has been floating up so far. Like if you look at SPY here, so SPY is the ETF that tracks the S&P 500 is green. It closed the week green, and mainly due to good news from the semiconductor front, that is Nvidia. So Nvidia had some good news this week, and that caused the market to rally, right? Because in Wall Street they say that as the semiconductors go, so does the market, right? And Nvidia has been the crown jewel of the market. It has carried the market on its shoulders since the emergence of ChatGPT, OpenAI, and the whole AI boom and AI euphoria, right? So right now, so what happened was that Nvidia CEO went to China, so he's in China. He had a meeting with the Trump administration first to get their blessing on the sale of their H2 820 artificial intelligence chips to China. So due to the tariffs, they had blocked them from selling those chips to China. But it looks like right now China and the US have a trade deal. So that has opened the door for Nvidia to now sell their chips. So if that's the case, that means that Nvidia's value is going to go up. So that caused the stock Nvidia to rally, and then the entire market, the entire tech stocks, that's the QQQ and the Nasdaq, also rallied, and that also helped the S&P 500. So everything is green. So SPY. So the recap from last week was SPY, or the S&P 500, is green. QQQ is also close green as well, and all the major indices like close green. So this week, and also crypto also did well. Crypto also got some good news because of the passing of the stablecoin bill in Congress, the U.S. Congress, and that helped the crypto market, the entire crypto asset in the world, to surge past $4 trillion in market cap, which is a big milestone. So for the first time, there is some kind of legislation in the U.S. So that's more like, it's a big deal. It's like legalization of crypto in America or something like that, which is a big deal. So now, so that also helped a lot of crypto stocks to rally. We had Coinbase go to all-time highs. We had Bitcoin get to all-time highs. A lot of things happening in the crypto front. So crypto too had a lot of good news as well. And then when it came to the mega cap earning, the first earnings that was what came out was the earnings for Netflix. So Netflix beat earnings, like double beat in their earnings. And according to the earnings calls, they were saying that they are seeing growth in their revenue due to the low value of the dollar. So the dollar has devalued compared to other major trading things in the world, like the euro and other things. And then that has caused them to also increase their profits, right? So moving into the earnings for this week, Google and then the other companies, we are going to look to see if we get the same kind of um, key statements coming out from this company. So that means that if the dollar gets strong again, what's going to happen? Is that going to affect their sales, or is that going to affect their revenue? All those things, we are going to discuss that tonight. So yeah, so tonight's weekly watch list is going to be in 3 segments. We are going to talk about the major news, like the major catalysts that can move the market this week. And we are going to talk about the key earnings, which is so Tesla is reporting this week, Google is reporting this week, and other stocks that I'm looking at, we're also going to be reporting this week. We are going to talk about those. We are going to talk about the major indices. We are going to talk about the key stocks that I'm watching this week, and also we are going to talk about um like crypto. We are going to talk about some crypto names that are looking to break out and stuff like that. So we are going to add that to it for those that are interested in crypto. So without much ado, I'll just get started right away. So I'll go to the economic calendar to see what's happening here. So that's very important for those that are going to be day trading or swing trading. It's important for you to know what is happening in the economic calendar. So over here, I have the website called Market Watch. So on Market Watch, you can see on Monday, that's 21st, we have US lean economic indicators. So this is going to move the market in one direction or the other, depending on what value we get. So this is the median forecast, negative 0.2%. So if it comes in worse than this, it's going to cause the market to sell. If it's better than this, then it's going to cause the market to rally. And then on Tuesday, all eyes are going to be on chairman Powell's speech on Tuesday morning. That's 8:30. So in the past week, there was some rumblings that the president of the U.S., that's Donald Trump, wanted to fire the Fed chair, that's Chairman Powell, and it caused the market to sell off sharply, and then the market rallied again. In the news that so the Trump administration said that was fake news, that the president is not planning to do so, but the president is urging Powell to resign because the Fed is slow in cutting interest rates, right? So there's a lot of pressure on Powell to cut interest rate, but again, what the Fed is doing is that the Fed is waiting to see how the impact of tariffs is going to affect inflation before they make a decision, because they don't want to start cutting interest rate now, and then all of a sudden you see that the tariff effect is taking effect and causing inflation, and now they will be behind the clock, right? So they are doing like a wait and see kind of cautious strategy to see if there is going to be any impacts on the tariff. As we know, the deadline for the tariffs have been moved several times, right? It was supposed to be in July, and now it has been moved to August 1st. Like, so there's a whole lot of things going on. So they are waiting to see what happens. So the next Fed meeting is in late, I believe it's not this week, but the following week, last week of July. We are going to get the next Fed meeting, and that is where they are going to decide if they are going to cut interest rate or not. I don't think the market is not pricing in an interest rate cut this month, but September for sure the market is pricing it. So right now the market is projecting that there's going to be only two interest rate cuts this year. I think one in September and one in December, and then that's about it. And then in 2026, there's going to be more rate cuts. I believe there's going to be like 7 or so. So we shall see how that plays out. But depending on how things work out, the way there's a lot of pressure on the Fed, I would not be surprised if they surprise us with an interest rate cut in July. But I think that's going to be a long shot from there, right? Okay. So now let's go to the charts and see what's going on there, and we can figure out what's the next steps. Just get my mouse here. Let's see what's the next items. Yeah. So right now we have. So I have here. Let me go to the SPY. SPY. SPY here, and see what the SPY is doing. Just a sec. The SPY. So right now we have the SPY here. So this is the daily chart. What's happening to my mouse? This is a daily chart here, and yeah, for SPY, and I'm going to put my lines on, my lines back on. I'm going to show you a few things here. So the SPY is now trading at all-time highs, or the S&P 500 index. So this is the ETF for it. It's trading at all-time highs right now, and it's just been grinding, right? It's just been grinding. So if you take this line, let me just take this lines off. You're going to see that we've just been grinding. So if you've been trading futures and other things, you're going to realize that the market is not moving that much, right?
So for traders, we want like the ideal situation will be for this market to sell, right? If the market sells, at least like the next sell off, the market is going to come here, this area here, where there's a gap here, right? Because that gives the market some kind of room and then some kind of channel to trade, right? Right now, it's just floating up. And because we are in a seasonally low volume market, which is the winter time, we can get this floating up for the longest time until August, right? And then end of August, then September, when the smart money, everybody comes to their office and start trading and stuff, we are going to get more volume and then we are going to move in one direction or the other. So what I think is going to happen is that we can continue floating up. And then if the mega cap earnings come and it's good, like Tesla reports and they beat and it's good, and Google, Apple, all those guys report and it comes out good, then it's going to cause the market to continue growing up. So just note that the higher this market goes, the bigger the sell-off is going to be, right? So the more it goes, the more extended the market is going to be, and then the bigger the sell-off is going to be, right? So if you go to, let me go to let's go to the here, if you go to the fear and greed index. So fear and greed index. You go to the fear and greed index, type on Google, it takes you here. Where are we right now? I think the last time we were at somewhere at I think we were somewhere at um I'm sharing my screen. Someone says they can see my screen. We can't see screen. Like, okay, I think that has been resolved. Okay. So over here, the fear and greed index, look at where we are at 75, right? So what is going to happen is that this, like, the longer this goes, right, the longer the market goes, there's going to be more greed. Then once we get to the tipping point, once it gets to the extreme, like extreme, because this 75, like, so this over 100, right? So this like 75%. So we've not got into a point where we can get that big pullback, right? So the market operates in opposites, right? Opposites. So always remember that. In the month of April, when the market has sold off significantly, we were somewhere here. We were at 5, right? Liberation Day sell-off, we were at 5, right? And all of a sudden, we've moved from this area here, this extreme fear, to extreme greed, right? So once in this extreme greed, this is a place where smart money are very cautious, right? Smart investors and smart traders are very cautious here. This is not the time to go crazy and be buying all sort of things, right? This is the time where you buy a lot of things. When we are at extreme fear, when everybody's panicking and selling their stuff, that's when you're buying. But this time around here, you have to be cautious. So if you made money from April to now you have to be defensive, right? You have to be defensive and you have to be cautious. This is not the time to go and YOLO and buy a whole bunch of things, right? You just have to stay on guard and watch what you're doing, right? And trade smartly, because the market at some point we are going to get a sell-off, right? From April, like those that have been in our, my lives and stuff like that, from April, even on the low of the year on April 6th, I did a master class and I said that we have reached the bottom and that's the best time to buy. The following day was April 7th. From April 7th to now, the market has rallied. I said the market is going to go to all-time high, and we got the all-time high now. And I'm saying that the US economy is going to experience a recession at some point, maybe towards the last quarter of the year. Like we are going to start seeing those things, but right now it's not showing yet. It's like, I think from month of September, we are going to get some kind of correction, some kind of sell-off, right? I don't know if that's going to coincide with the recession or not, because recession related things take some time, right? Those are macroeconomics and stuff. I'm going to leave that for the economists. I'm just a trader. I'm just watching and figuring out what's happening here. So we are at extreme greed territory, and anything can happen at this point in time. The market can just switch. And so this is what happens all the time. Like I've traded 2 bear markets, 3 bull markets, and I've seen this happen all the time. So usually what happens is that right now we got Bitcoin went to all-time highs, and now we are those in crypto. We now have alt season. alt season. That means that after Bitcoin has got to all-time highs, there's always a point where you get like a pullback in Bitcoin, and then the altcoins like Ethereum, Solana, all these coins like fat coins and all sort of things rallying, right? Once it gets to that time, you know that euphoria is building. Very soon the music is going to stop. Very soon you are going to be seeing in the stock market, you are going to be seeing stocks like the meme stocks like GME, like GameStop, and AMC also rallying. Once you start seeing those ones rally, you know that, hey, you know, the party is coming to an end. So get ready. The party is coming to an end, because what is only left right now is that we are waiting for certain mega tech stocks to rally. Apple has not participated in the rally. Tesla, because of Elon Musk's feud with Trump, is not done well. And stocks like Amazon, Google, they've not all got to all-time high. So the recession and the market sell-off cannot start if these stocks have not reached all-time highs. So until then, we are just going to trade it and position ourselves strategically and get ready for the next major sell-off, right? So I just want to bring this to your attention. So always, if you're an investor, a long-term investor, if you're a trader, what have you, you need to know what the fear and greed index is. So this for the stock market, the same thing applies for the crypto market as well. Okay. So let's go to the chart. So let me go put my lines back. So here we are at all-time highs, and we've been floating here all ever since. And the last time I checked the futures market, the futures market is basically flat. Like, it's not really moving that much because, I mean, nobody's buying, right? It's not much. Like the what's it called? The ES is up by 7 points. The NQ is up by 29 points, which is not bad, which is not much, right? So what I see here is that in the next 2 days, like Monday, Tuesday, we can get like a consolidation move, like in the market. So those that are trading, we are going to get a consolidation move here, like maybe a green candle, red candle, green candle. And then the market is going to wait and see what happens to the mega tech earnings. So everybody, all eyes is going to be on Wednesday, where we get Google and Tesla reports. Let me go to Google. Google here and Tesla report their earnings, right? So if these two stocks, if Google, like we traded Google in the swing trading service. So Google, if Google, I mean, Google has room to rally. I think they are going to do well in earnings, and then they are going to rally and possibly can get to all-time highs by September, right? So we shall see how that works out in the earnings. So Google, I expect Google to sometime soon get to fill this gap. So in technical analysis, this is called a gap. So this was from an event, I think maybe earnings or something. No, this was Liberation Day, right? No, this February. So market sold off. This sold off, and then it kept on coming up. So in the earnings, I'll not be surprised to see Google beat earnings and it start filling this gap. So I believe that Google could get to all-time highs by the end of August, right? So Google will get to all-time highs. Google is part of the Magnificent Seven, and it's not really like gotten to the all-time highs yet. So I believe that this earnings, if they beat and they do well, is going to rally and do well. Okay. The next one that I'm watching as well is like my hugely anticipated earnings is Tesla. Okay. So I know that a lot of people are saying a lot of bad things about Tesla. So the thing about earnings is that when a company is going into earnings and there's a lot of skepticism and a lot of like bad news surrounding the stock, all what the stock needs to do is to just beat expectations slightly. If they do so, the stock is just going to explode and rally, right? Because Tesla should have been trading around maybe 400 now if Elon Musk was not fighting with Trump, right? 100%, you would have been at 400 or more. So, but right now it's still trading at these levels. And so one stock that I'm watching this week, right? Tesla will be at 350 by post earnings. I don't see Tesla. I mean, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to beat with numbers. But Elon Musk will say something about guidance, about their self-driving vehicles, about Optimus or something futuristic, something nice. That's all what is needed, right? That's all what is needed. And investors also need to know that, hey, you know what? All this political party talk, I'm not going to pursue it. I'm focusing on Tesla 100%. So today, Elon Musk tweeted, I read the tweet and quote, it says that back to working 7 days a week and sleeping in the office if my kids are away. And earnings are on Wednesday. So what is required is that if Elon Musk can just like convince them in the conference call, say something positive about the full self-driving cars, the test that they did in Austin and Optimus and all that good stuff, you are going to see Tesla rally to 350 by the end of this week. So, if I was to play a lotto on earnings, my money will be on Tesla to go to 350 by the end of the week, right? But we shall see. I mean, earnings lotto is like risky. I'm not advising anybody to do that. But if I were to place money on this, I will put my money on Tesla to beat the stock to go up, right? I don't know what they say at the conference calls, but whatever it is, we shall not see Tesla trading at this level by end of the week. Definitely, it's going to run. So what I see here is that we see this trend line here. What I want Tesla to do is I want Tesla to break and go. If earnings is bad or horrible or something like that, then it's going to sell. But that is in terms of probabilities, that's 20%, right? I think it's going to be 80% to the upside because like the stock is beaten down already at 30 something. It has not really moved that much. And I believe that 350 at least will get this stock rolling. Right. So the stock that I'm going to be watching closely this week is going to be Tesla on Wednesday. And apart from Tesla, there's another stock that I'll be watching as well, which is like okay, I'm going to cover that later. So let's check the other individual tickers here. So we have let's go to QQQ and see what QQQ is doing, and we shall see how that works out here. So with QQQ is at a critical level. So I call these three trend lines that I have here, three wise men, right? Three wise men, 1, 2, 3, right? So it got to a level where it's like it formed like a bow tie. So it's bow tying the market, right? So what is happening here is that the market has been just floating up at this area here, trying to go like ping pong, bounce, like that, right? I think it's going to continue until we get like some very good earnings from what's it called, Tesla and Google. If they give good earnings, I think that we are going to crack above this, and then this is going to go right. So for now, what we are looking at is that we're just going to be wait and see what happens during the week. So in terms of tradable index or tradable ETF, I will focus, if I'm a trader, I'll focus my attention on IWM, right? Because as traders, we are looking for high probability setup. We don't want to force trades because we should not be married to an ETF or a stock or whatever it is. You just want to trade what presents itself, right? The high probability trade. So if you look at this, the IWM is the Russell 2000. That's the ETF that tracks the Russell 2000. And I call this the real economy, right? I mean, the mega cap and QQQ and all these stocks like Nvidia and things, those are not the real economy. Real economy is this one, where you have small companies, right? The companies that do not have the trillions of dollars like Tesla and Nvidia. We want to see how they are performing. So these ones, they are not. This index has been struggling, right? And I believe that this summer we are going to get a small cap summer. So those that have been trading with us in the swing trading service, we've been catching the small caps, like the small caps of the week. We've been capturing them nicely, and I'm going to review some of them with you guys soon. So here I see here as, so this is a weekly time frame, okay, for IWM. And what I'm looking for is for IWM to break above this trend line, right? If it breaks above this, then we are going to get what is called, so over here, this 230 level. And if it breaks above this, we are going to get 230 and we are going to break out. So IWM, once IWM gets to all-time highs, then you know that, hey, you know what, the rally, the final rally is gradually coming to an end, right? So it's very close to getting there, and it's going to get there very soon. So we are seeing a lot of small cap stocks rallying. I have a number of them that I'm watching this week. I'm going to share that with you guys very soon. Okay. Yeah. So that's some of the key things that these are the key ETFs that I'm watching here. But let me go to the let's go to the next one. So let's check Bitcoin. So with Bitcoin is really, like, it's at all-time highs. It's just going, and you have all this stuff here. So right now, what we see is that with Bitcoin, we have, let me see if I can turn this off here. Yeah, so Bitcoin we had, so this 2017 high, 2021 high, second highs of 2021. And then right now, this where we are at. We have this topping tail candle. Okay. So in technical analysis, when you have something that is too extended, right? This is very extended to all-time highs, and you get topping tail candle. This is a weekly, right? Last week we got to 123 something as the new all-time highs, and we put in topping tail candle. So this is a bearish sign, right? This is a bearish sign until proven otherwise, right? So it's going to be proven otherwise if price comes and, like, let's say they get a rally and it breaks up above this high. But until that time, this is bearish. So what I see happening here is that, and in the crypto world, usually Bitcoin will do its big rally. And then when Bitcoin cool off and starts selling, that's when you get the altcoin season, right? That's what is happening now. So I believe that Bitcoin is going to pull back sometime this week, pull into this trend line, this major trend line from 2017, right? It's going to pull back to this trend line here, and then it might just bounce. So here, with Bitcoin has already started the week here, and it's red, right? So I'm looking for a red week in Bitcoin to at least come and retest this trend line. If it proves strength, it's going to continue going. If not, it's going to crack down and come and hold this. Okay. So that is for Bitcoin. Okay. So apart from Bitcoin, what other crypto stocks, crypto ETFs, no ETFs, crypto coins are doing well? These are altcoins, right? So in crypto world, anything that is not Bitcoin is called an altcoin, including Ethereum. Okay. So here, ETH. Let's see what it's doing. ETH. Let's see here, US dollar. So ETH. I think I had my chart somewhere. Let me just check it. ETH. Let's choose the one with Binance. Okay. So ETH. Let me just go to the weekly. So ETH, this is the all-time high. This is the 4,800. I believe that this time around, Ethereum is going to go past that 4,800 and is going to crack 5,000 this year. So right now, what I see here is that there's a big breakout about to happen here. So if you look at this is a trend line that covers, like, this was November 2021. That's where we got the highs of Ethereum. And then coming down here, we have this here, where it's now looking to break it. So right now, Ethereum is trading at 3,600, 3,700-ish over here, and it's looking to break this. So once we break this, this is going to cause what is called, so here. So if Ethereum is able to break out above, first of all, it has two things, two assignments. Assignment number one, it needs to break the downsloping trend line. and also break this high here. So if it breaks above 4,083, then we are going to get like a squeeze, which is like what I call the weekly squeeze. So weekly squeeze is something that can last for several weeks, or it could last for months, right? So once you break out through that, then Ethereum has a shot to come to all-time highs. But these are like, resistance levels, or if you're trading this, these are like profit targets that you have to aim for, right? And then once we crack them, we are going to get to new all-time highs and go, right? And last week I talked about Solana as well. Solana is also like a crypto, an altcoin, right? So since I talked about it, I think Solana is now at 180. And Solana, I believe that Solana is definitely also going to get to all-time highs very soon. That's 297. Okay. So here in the weekly time frame, what I'm looking at is that I'm looking at these key levels, this one here. But before then, Solana has to find a way to navigate this level. That's the 183 level. And then from there is going to come here, 260, and then all-time highs at this. So altcoins like Solana are going to get to all-time highs very soon with the way the market is moving. Okay. All right. So now let's go to the individual stocks, the stocks I have on my radar here. And also I'm going to share a recap on some of the trades we took in the swing trading service. I'm going to start with my first stock I have here is before I go to that one, I'll just go through the stock I'm watching this week. So in the day trading service, we traded this stock on Friday. So Meta platforms. So this Meta here, I'm going to remove these lines for now, right? So this Meta here, this is the weekly chart. So last week I flagged Meta as a short. That Meta was going to go down, and we got it to go down, right? So this was because we had something called in technical analysis called a double top, right? So we have here, this was a double top, and then like let me take off these lines so that you guys can see. Let me just use a different thing. Okay, so here we see that Meta went to all-time high, all-time highs, and then touch this place. So this is like what is called a double top, right? Double top is a bearish reversal pattern in technical analysis. So once you get there, you know that, hey, whatever you're trading, if it does not have more momentum to the upside, it's going to sell. So on Friday, we shorted Meta in the day trading service. It was one of our main watches. We had a trade plan for it to either go up or go down, whichever way it goes, we trade it, and then we'll come out of it. So here, this was a trade here. And this was a beautiful, beautiful trade. Like it was like easy peasy. So here, this one here, what it did was that, let me remove the lines here. So here we had, so this here, at pre-market, it was just consolidating. And what it did was it did first directional move, it went up, first directional pick, it went up. And then I always tell the traders in our day trading room that, hey, wait for the first 5 minutes candle to close, right? Wait for the first 5 minutes candle to close, and then we can see what will happen next, right? So here, if you look at this, the first 5 minutes candle already gave you what to do next, right? So here at 9:30, the candle here that formed already told you what to do. It gave you the telltale sign telling you that, hey, this is a short, 100%, right? It tried to push up and stop. So again, you wait for the first 5 minutes candle to close on this, and then what do we get? So those that have taken our course, you know that this is what you have, a topping tail, which is signal number one. And signal number two, you got what? A bearish engulfing candle, right? So bearish engulfing candle, this is not your regular bearish engulfing candle. It's like what I call the clearing bearish engulfing candle, because it's engulfing more than 5 candles of action. And anytime you see this, you are going to get 90% follow through to the downside. So here, it tried to push up, but this, we know what this is. This is called a bear flag, right? So a bear flag, and then what did you do? We got this move, big move to the downside, right? And then once it gets here and you start putting in the top, this here, bottoming tail candles, you know that, okay, it's about to reverse, and then it reversed, okay? So this was a nice trade that we took, and we were down by, like most of these trades, we are down by 10 a.m., 10:20, 10:30, it can be done. So if you're doing 9 to 5, you can just trade this, get it down with, and go to your 9 to 5, right? So we offer 2 services. We offer swing trading service, where you can make money on a weekly basis, and also you can make money using the day trading service on a daily basis. So what you do is that you make money using the day trading service on a daily basis, and you compound your wealth using the swing trading service on a weekly basis, because that one you can hold a trade for a long time to make lots of money from it. Okay, so here, this is one of them that we traded on Friday successfully. Okay, so here we have the next ticker I have here is so I'm checking out so what's happening here is that because the US stocks are now overvalued at all-time highs and so expensive, investors or the smart money are moving their money to Chinese stocks, right? So in the coming weeks, you are going to see that Chinese stocks are going to rally significantly, because right now the trade war between US and China has been resolved. They are in good terms. They have resolved their issue, and then everything is working now. So all the letters that have been sent to countries that have not abided by the US trade deals, China was not part of it. So China issue is done. And Chinese government is looking to put small stimulus into the economy. So that's going to cause Chinese stocks to rally. Okay. So in the swing trading service, right, we had our best performer of the week, which is Baba, right? So those of you who have been attending Weekly Watchlist, I've been talking about Baba for some time now. Like in January, we had a trade in the mastermind group where we were able to trade Baba, and Baba was an outstanding trade. So here, this one here is repeat of Baba 2.0 or 3.0, right? So here in swing trading is more about pattern recognition, right? If you're able to recognize patterns and you pull the strings together, put the patterns and the technicals and everything together, you just take the trade, right? And you reap the rewards. So what I did was that in the swing trading, so this was alerted on over here. It was alerted this year. See here? Oh, sorry, here, this one. So it was alerted on the Thursday, right, of this week. So here, if you look at Baba, you'll be seeing that Baba is like the last time we caught Baba, right? Last time we caught Baba, just trying to get this to work here. So Baba, the last time we caught Baba was when we got this big move over here, this one. This was in January. So in January, I alerted to the group, the mastermind group, to buy Baba $90 calls, right? Expiring in July. That was in January that we bought that. So that went from wherever we bought it, from here to this area. And I recall very well the contracts that we bought. So Baba did 81% on the equity, just only on the equity, right? It went as high as this level. So if you're a day trader, you can also be a swing trader. You don't need to be only a day trader, right? So this went as high as 80-something%, right, on Baba. And the contracts at the time, I remember we bought the contracts. One contract was $90 calls at the time, was $8. That is $800. The contracts went from $800 to more than $6,000, okay, for one contract. So if you have 10 of them, you can just do the math. You know how much you made. And then these trades were trades where you don't have to be going in and out, right? You buy it, you wait, and you buy time. right? With Chinese stocks, you always have to buy time because they are prone to craziness, right? Sometimes it's gapping up, it's gapping down, and all that stuff. So you want to be able to buy enough time. So over here, we had this here. So I was watching this. So what happened in the past? So with technical analysis, we look at past price action, right? And we use that to gauge what's going to happen in the future. So if you look at this, when we got the other move in what's it called, in January, it was here. So you see the red line. This is the 50 EMA on the weekly. So it held the 50, and then it went up. It rallied. It came back. So in April, like this was the next move. This was in what was it? This one was April. So April, yeah, April. So April, we got another rally here, and then it went back up again. What did it do? It held the 50, right? So what do you think was going to happen here when it comes here? It's going to do the same thing. It's not rocket science. It's going to do the same thing, right? So as long as you realize, I realized that this was holding, right? Obviously, there are other things that took part in the consideration, but once this was holding here, what I did was I said, okay, guys, this year Baba is ready, right? Baba is ready. So this is the daily chart. So we caught the move from here. This was on the Thursday, right? So I alerted this earlier because that was the trade that I wanted to alert the following week. But I said, hey guys, we don't have to wait because Baba is ready. We are not going to wait for Monday. We are going to take the trade right now. So we took the trade and we captured the move from here. See here? From here to here. This is what 16% move on Baba alone, right? That's only on the equity. So on the options, this did the options that we got, this did more than 200%, right? More than 200%. And this trade is still valid. Baba still has a lot of room to rally. And we are going to see more like big rally in Baba coming soon. So here we have, if you look at this, we have this trend lines here. With Baba here, we have these trend lines here. We have this. So what I'm looking for Baba to do is to break the 100 SMA. Once he's able to break the 100 SMA, he's going to rally. And I am looking to get Baba to go to, let me see if I can see my things here. I'm waiting for Baba to go to at least over here. Baba is going to go to 134, right? And one of the key things is that, let me go to the other chart here. One of the key things is that the index where Baba is listed, SHI, right? SHI is this. Oh, sorry, it's not crypto. We are done with crypto. Where is this? Yeah, I can't take this one. So SHI, right? Just a sec. I have my lines somewhere. I just want to make sure I get my lines. SHS. SHI. Okay. So here, this is the index, like this is the index for the Chinese stocks. So the Chinese tech stocks is just like your NASDAQ of the US. This is the HSI, right? So the HSI for the first time is breaking out. Okay. So if you look at this, so this is 2021, February 2021, long time ago, February 2021. And where are we now? This is July 2025. So the math majors, you can do the math for me. This is more than 4 year, like more than 4.5 years of trend line. So we are breaking a 4-year trend line. In technical analysis, the longer the trend line, and when you start breaking it, it causes a big squeeze, right? So this is a multi-year trend line, and we broke it last week, right? So if this Hang Seng index starts breaking out from this yellow line, all the Chinese stocks are going to catch fire. They are going to just take off like that. Boom, 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 boom. And they are going to go, right? And anybody that has traded Baba and all the Chinese stocks, you know that they are prone to gap ups and gap downs. So you see Baba, the Baba trade. You see Baba here. So if you go to this is the daily, you see what he did. He went from here and then boom, big gap up. And if you look at the chart, so if you want to learn about gaps, they're newbies. If you want to learn about gaps, use BABA to learn about gaps. Gap, 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 gap down all over the place. So that's how this works. So you have to get in early because most of the moves happens in the night in Asia when the HSI index opens. It's just like you get all these moves to the upside. So you wake up in the morning and you see a big gap up, right? So you want to capture those. So we're still holding runners on BABA because we have lots of time. Our contracts are in October, so lots of time, no rush because the contracts are deep in the money. We bought the 115 calls and we're looking to like our main target was 120, so we hit the target already within the shortest possible time, and then we have lots of room to go. Okay, so those are the things I'm watching. So the next Chinese stock that I'm looking at, I'm going to give you guys the Chinese stock. Actually, this one can also break out, but so this is the Google of China, Baidu, right? Google of China, right? Google of China. So in China, you cannot use Google and things. You have to use their own search engine, right? So Baidu is looking to breakouts, right? So if you look at Baidu here, let me just use this here. Let me use Baidu. So if you go to BI, and also the Chinese internet ETF KWeb, right? KWeb is also looking to breakouts, right? KWeb is the yeah. So this is the index that tracks Chinese internet companies like Baba, Baidu, and stuff like that, right? So if you look at this is breaking out, right? So these, as long as these are breaking out, the Chinese stocks are going to break out, like Pinduoduo, PDD, and things are going to break out, right? And Baba is also going to break out. So this is just the inception. If you look at this has finally broken what? A 2021 trend line. So this is a big milestone. And if the breakout continues, we are going to see multi-week rallies, right? And it's going to go pretty fast. Okay. So you can either you can go long on this, like you can buy shares or you can buy options on this. Like I checked the options flow on KWeb, and there's a lot of folks piling in $40 calls on this, right? So I mean, the smart money know one or two things. So it looks like $40 calls in this is massive. So here, we by next week, end of next week, we will be, you can see KWeb getting to $40 or more. Okay. All right. So the next one that I have here, so this is an ETF. The next one is the stock, Baidu, BIDU. BIDU here. So BIDU is currently, so if you look at this, right? Again, similar chart pattern as KWeb here. It's not here, not quite here, but here, somewhere here. So something like this. This is breaking out. Okay, or I can put it even here. Like it's breaking out here. And you have this here. So we are at the tip of the triangle, right? So here we expect this to break out. So Baidu is something that is looking like, on last week it did well, but it just fizzled out. But I think that it can rally. So Baidu is something that is going to be on my watch. I'll look to day trade it or swing trade it. But it's a stock that you can watch for a breakout. So don't be surprised to see Baidu trading at the 200, because Chinese stocks like to gap up and they are crazy. By the time you see sometime tomorrow, this will be somewhere here with a big gap up, right? So the best way is to buy them, buy time. If you're going to do a swing trade on this, always buy time. Don't look for 1 week expiries and stuff. That's going to smoke you, because they are prone to gap ups and gap downs. And if you get caught, if you are going long and you get caught in the gap downs and a nasty gap down, you are going to be in, your contracts will be smoked. So the best way, the secret sauce, is to buy time on them, sit back and relax and allow it to play out. Okay. Yeah. So one thing that you have to know is that the Chinese stocks this year has served as a hedge on the market. So anytime you see that the market is selling off, most of the time the Chinese stocks are green. When market is up, they are also green as well. But for some reason, anytime the market is red, investors gravitate towards the Chinese stocks. I don't know why, but I'm just putting it out there to give you guys additional information. Okay. All right. So that is the Chinese stocks that I'm watching for this week here. And then so let's check out the other mega cap techs. I've been getting questions about UNH. UNH. So UNH is going through a lot here. And UNH, I believe, is going to come somewhere here and it's going to put a double bottom and then it's going to go. I believe they have earnings coming up soon. When is the earnings? What does this say here? So earnings, so actually on Tuesday is the earnings, okay? Tuesday 29, not this week, the other week. So if the earnings come out good, then we can see a big move, right? But this year, this is called in technical analysis, this is called a bear flag. Okay. This is your flagpole. Oops, don't do it. Yeah, so this is a bear flag. So here, this is your flagpole, and this is your bear flag, right? So what needs to happen here is that we need this to come down here. If it's continue selling, come down here, and then put in a double bottom, and then it's going to reverse, right? But they must come good on the earnings. The earnings have to come good, and they have to address issues with the whole lawsuit thing. If we get any positive news there, this can just rally and dump aggressively and go, right? So UNH, I think it still has downside. So if we continue selling, this could be like a short-term put on the downside until it comes here and then it settles for the earnings. I think it's going to probably continue selling. And then once the earnings come, if the earnings is good, we are going to get a big rally. Okay. So UNH is something that you guys to watch. So those that have it, just keep an eye on it, right? All right. So the next stocks that I'm watching here is if you look at Coinbase got to all-time highs. So crypto, Coinbase got to all-time highs here. And I think that we are going to get some kind of pullback on Coinbase this week. So what can happen is similar to Bitcoin. So you see here, you see this upsloping trend line. I expect Coinbase to come back down here, somewhere here. If it's still strong, it's going to prove strength, and then it can continue rallying. But if we crack it, at least we are going to come down. Or at least we can get maybe a 10% pullback kind of thing to gather strength and then push up again. So in terms of shorts for the week, I'm looking to see what if Bitcoin continues selling, I'm going to look to short Coinbase. Either as a swing trade or day trade. Like in the day trading service, we can trade this, right? Another one that I'm also watching is let me look at the tiny ones like Mara. Let's see what Mara is doing. Mara. See what Mara is doing. So this Mara here. So Mara has not done much. I mean, it's just rallied here. I think that if Bitcoin continues selling, Mara might just pull back and then go back down here and retest the 200, right? So, but my main watch for short is Coinbase, right? If Bitcoin continues to show weakness, Coinbase is going to sell. Okay. All right. So now let me move to the stock that I'm really, really, really watching for earnings, right? If I'm going to play a lotto on earnings, I will do it on Enphase and Tesla. Okay. Sometimes you have to. So Enphase has been going through a lot, right? And now the US administration has they cut all those subsidies from all this. So it's a solar company. They've cut all the subsidies for solar and all that stuff. And going into this earnings, the analysts, they are at it again, right? Analysts are saying, oh, they don't think they're going to do well and all that stuff, right? So anytime, so this is how earnings work. So if you look at Netflix, right? There's a psychology behind earnings, right? So Netflix, before they were going to earnings, I knew Netflix was going to beat. Netflix is a solid company, right? It's going to beat, but it's going to sell, right? So they had their earnings. I believe it was when was it? It was somewhere here, Thursday or whatever. What happened to Netflix? Netflix sold. Netflix is selling. Why is it selling? Right? Because the big move has already been priced in. Netflix was one of the stocks that after Liberation Day, that was a stock that the mega cap stock that went to all-time high first. And it kept on going, 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 going. Even when the market was red on certain days, Netflix was going, going, going. So it was like too much, right? Too extended. They had a double beat in earning, very good outlook, everything, guidance, but still it's sort of, right? So that means that tells you anytime you see that in earnings, that tells you that the rally or the big move has already been priced in. So it's like investors are doing they bought the rumor that is going to go up before earnings, and then they sold the news, right? But Netflix even started selling up before the earnings. So those that have made money, they are taking their money from this and putting it in stocks like Baba and things that they think that is going to get them the next returns. Okay. So with that same thing, I did this one here. I did this one. This was Dow. This is an airline, Delta Airlines. So again, going into the earnings for this, analysts were downgrading Delta Airlines, saying, okay, they don't think they are going to do well in the earnings. They don't think travel is back and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, man. That makes no sense, right? Because what they try to do, what the analysts try to do is that they try to scoop up cheap shares, right? But before the earnings, I saw this pattern here. I saw this what this called a cup and handle, right? Cup and handle pattern. So you see a cup and handle pattern. This is telling you that this is a bullish reversal pattern and anything can happen. So before the earnings, this was the day here, Wednesday. The earnings was on Thursday. When the earnings came, they said, "Oh, like travel is back. Delta Airline have a very good. They posted very good earnings, very good guidance for the next quarter, saying that the consumer is back at pre-COVID levels of traveling and stuff like that. So, which is great news. So we got this big gap up, right? So this one, this was a nice move, right? So here, I'm expecting what happened to Delta Airlines, right? Similar thing is going to happen to Memphis this week, right? This week, right? I'm not telling anybody to go and play lotto on this risky business, right? So it's not for everybody, right? So here, this here is I see my favorite patterns forming here, right? Let me see if I can get the circle thing. Where is this here? Let me go to this one, M-face. So M-face, I think M-face is they're going to say something and it's going to cause the stock to rally, right? Because M-face has struggled a lot, right? This used to be a high flying stock, right? This used to be a high flying stock. Look at the stock. The stock has gone from here. This was 2022, right? The bear market to all the way to this area. Okay. So right now, what I see here in M-face is that M-face has all these like gap downs, all sort of craziness going on, right? So what I see here is that as a technical analysis trader, if you train your eye, you are going to see that this is a left shoulder, right shoulder. This is the right shoulder here, right? Left shoulder, right shoulder. This is what is called an inverse head and shoulders, right? This is a bullish reversal pattern. So I will not be shocked to see on Tuesday when the market closes and they report their earnings. You see Tuesday, this thing trading at 40 something dollars, right? Or even $50. We get a big long candle and this goes up because this company has had some deals in Europe. Although in the US, they cut their subsidy and stuff like that, but they are having some good deals in Europe. And based on the earnings I listened to, like Netflix earnings and stuff, with the whole like dollar value going down, like and against the other major trading currencies like the euro, that means that this could help the bottom line of M-face with the contract that they have in Europe because Europe is very pro green, pro environment. But I think that they can get their business elsewhere. And if that's the case and they post good guidance, strong guidance, you can see M-Face rallying significantly, right? So don't be surprised to see M-Face trading at $46 by the end of the week. So the earnings is Tuesday afternoon after the market closes, right? So I'm going to be watching this closely. So I'm going to 2 stocks I'm watching, M-Face and Tesla. M-Face is on Tuesday, Tesla is on Wednesday, right? So I'm looking to see how this plays out. So yeah, I believe that the solar stocks will eventually do well. In the last Trump administration, like solar stocks and Chinese stocks did very well. So it looks like solar stocks and China stocks like Trump administration. So if that is to repeat itself, then I will not be shocked to see M-Face do well again. So M-Face is also in the same industry as the other stocks like FSLR. That's so the leader in the solar industry is First Solar, right? So during earnings, what happens is that if one stock in the group start rallying, the other stocks also follow suit, right? So this is a more robust company compared to M-Face. It's already trading at the 200. And if you look at this like a cap here, and this is your handle, and so this has been trading within channel here, like a channel. So this like a cup and handle. So picture like a teacup. It could be a teacup, a coffee cup, whatever you drink. I mean, whatever it is, it could be, I mean, Milo, it could be hot chocolate, whatever it is. This is your handle, and this is the cup, right? This rounded place is a cup. Usually, before a cup is formed, you get an inverse head and shoulder. So if you look at this closely, you see that this is your left shoulder, right? This is your right shoulder, okay? And this is your neck or head. This is your left shoulder. This is your head, and this is your right shoulder here, right? And this is your handle, right? So here, this has been trading within this channel like a ping pong move, right? But eventually now it's curving up. If M-Face does good earnings, this will also be a sympathy play. This is also going to move, right? And it's going to break out of this cup and handle channel. Okay. So the solar stocks, we should watch them this week if M-Face does a good job. Okay. All right. So now let me move to small caps. The small cap stocks that I'm looking at. Oh, before I go to small caps, let me talk about some of the trades that we have. So I talk about Baba in the swing trading service, which was outstanding. We also caught AMD Diesel, problem child. Problem child is no longer problem child no more. So here AM Diesel. So AMD in the swing trading service on Sunday of last week, I provided a game plan for AMD, and I was saying that AMD is going to rally. We are going to push forward. So we got the members got like the 150 calls, and AMD went all the way to what 160. So this was a beautiful trade. So in the swing service, the returns was on this was like 220% on this and plus, depending on where members like exited and stuff. So 220% over, right? And then we also caught another move here. We caught another one. We caught Google. I've already said that one, and then we caught another. So now that we are moving to small caps, let me talk about the small cap trade of the week that we had in the swing trading service. So that was Bull from so those guys, those that are using so this is a broker, Weibo, right? So Weibo here, so Weibo is like so Weibo. So this one here, this was an interesting one. Let me see if I can pull this up. Oh no, it's not showing me the thing. It's just going up. Okay, I'm going to use this. So here, let me go to Weibo. So bull like bull flag, like red bull. Yeah. So here, look at bull. So bull was like a midweek bonus for the swing trading subscribers, right? because we already had all our trades and things triggered by Tuesday. We already logged in and stuff. But there were new subscribers, so I wanted to give them some bonus. So I alerted this one on. Let me see which day was that. Let me load this up. So over here, you can see that. Hopefully, you guys can see this. Beautiful. So over here. So this was Tuesday, right? I alerted in midweek. That was a midweek special. That was Wednesday. So on Wednesday, what I saw was that, see, this was going. So this is forming pop, right? So again, if you have the eye, you can see that's what. This is your left shoulder. This is your head. This is your right shoulder, right? So what I was doing, so this is an inverse head and shoulders, and this eventually form a pop, and then it's going to form a handle, and it's going to break out. So this stock here, what happened is that this is the weekly, right? On Tuesday, we had this red candle. On Wednesday, I alerted this. So I alerted it halfway through the formation of this green candle. And I told members that, hey, if we able to close above this red candle, right, it means that the bulls have taken control, right? That means that green has wiped out red. So if you look at this closely, I'm blowing it up so that you can look at it. That's exactly what happened, right? So it is like overtaking, right? So more or less, it's like, yeah, you can call it like a bull 180 kind of thing, because you had a big red candle and then you got overtaken by a bulls, right? So in order to form this bearish engulfing candle, usually you need billions of dollars. So in order to reverse it, you need a huge amount. Like maybe you need, if like you use 1 billion for this, you need like 2 billion or 1.5 billion to do that, right? To be able to overtake this. So anytime you see this kind of overtaking taking place, you know that in a bull 180, you are going to get 80 to 90% follow through rate. That's what we got here. So look at this. This moved from here, which was around like $12. So we got the 12.50 calls, and then this rallied all the way to a 17, right? It was a stunning move. So it just moved like how many? Thursday, Friday, it was gone, right? So this thing is not done yet. It could still rally to $20 this week, $20 plus. So we're still holding some runners on this, but I mean, so this one members made this as of Friday, the percentage return was 480%. That's around 5x return. So if you put $1,000 in the trade, you made $5,000, right? So these are some of the trades that we alert in the alert in the swing trading service. And on Sunday, so this Sunday, I've already posted my top picks for the week already. So the members have a video that explains the game plan, what we are looking at, how we are going to execute. And then once I use my money to buy it, I also alert it as well and get members to those that are interested, you can buy it, right? So and I give you like the stop loss and stuff like that, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, right? You just we have what is called professional loss, right? Professional loss is not a loss. It's like a loss that you are willing to take before you even enter the trade. Okay. So Weibo is did very well, and I believe that it could still rally again if it's able to break this level. If it's able to break this level, see here, $19 level, then we are going to get a big squeeze, a big breakout. And if it does that, so there's a lot of imbalance here. It's going to it's just going to take off because there's nothing really blocking it but blue skies, right? So those are some of the trades that we took. Okay. And let me go to the small caps. So the small caps that I have here is SMCI. SMCI has been just, I don't know, like it's just been consolidating and doing all sort of crazy things, right? SMCI has been consolidating for the longest time. But I think that it's going to get its day in the sun very soon. It's coming soon. And we even traded it on Friday in the day trading room. We traded SMCI. It was a beautiful long, right? So here, this SMCI here, right? SMCI has always been struggling to break out of this $50 level. Anytime it does that, it just comes down instead. So what I need SMCI to do is that SMCI has to find a way to crack this down sloping trend line, right? If it's able to break it, SMCI is going to go. SMCI could be a $60 stock in no time, right? But it's just been struggling, and now it has this gap. If we get a reversal, it's going to come down, fill this gap, and then he can determine what he wants to do. But SMCI is a stock that should be on your radar, and it's going to be the next big breakout. If you look at it, if you take a look at, if you go to the weekly time frame, right, you're going to see that SMCI has not moved anywhere. It's been consolidating. If you look at this, so here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So for 9 weeks, it's been trading within this range for 9 weeks, right? So once it breaks out of this trend line, which is going to be a major milestone, this is going to, so here, you see here, this is March 2024. So this is a 1 year long, 1 year trend line. So if it breaks above it, it's going to be a major milestone. So it did the first one here. Now it's going to break out. So here, this is like your supply zone, right? This is the resistance. So this is your supply zone. So it's a zone, right? Once it breaks out of this zone, it's off to the races. It's going to take off and break out. And it could be trading at 66 in no time. So this is an ultimate target that I'm looking for, at least if it can come to $66, that would be great. All right. So the next, small caps. So as I said, I've been saying this for a long time. I said we are going to have a small cap summer, and we are seeing it now. We see the moves in Bull. We've seen the moves in Fobo. We've seen the moves in all these other stocks, right? SBET. There's this stock, SBET, is on all of our social media. It was just like a gaming thing. So this stock, look at it, just did this, right? This came all the way down, this rebound, and then pushed up. So this went from, how was it like this? This went from this month here, from here, right? This went all the way to here. 100 and what? 200%. Look left, 200% move, right? And it crashed down. So what you have to know about these small caps is that when you are riding the wave, you want to be taking profit, because they are not as stable as like your Teslas or your Nvidias or some that can hold their gains. So if you are getting the gains, you want to be disciplined and take profits at the right place. You don't want to be trying to be greedy. Like you are up by 200%, you don't want to take profit. What is that, right? You're up by 100%, you don't want to take profit. No, you got to take profit, because there's no guarantee. It could just crash on you anytime, right? So you don't want that to happen to you. So you want to make sure that once you hit your profit targets, that's why in the swing trading service, we have profit targets. Once we read the profit targets, I tell members, hey, profit target number 1 has hit, pay yourself, trim and pay yourself, right? That is discipline, right? So it doesn't matter what happens next, you have paid yourself. And as they say, nobody got broke taking profits, right? So when you take profit, there are times that you can capture the whole move. There are times that there's time for that, right? That's why you buy multiple contracts and hold some as runners. Example, with Baba, we have October contracts, right? October, this is a lot of time. So we've taken majority of the profits off the table and left the rest. What is left is called house money. House money is the market's money. So even if that that runners goes to zero, you are still going to be green. You took your capital out, you took your profit out. So whatever it does, it doesn't really matter. But you are not just going to hold something like that and make it go to zero, right? You are going to be monitoring it. If it gets to a certain point, maybe 50% off your profit target, your profits, you can say, hey, no, I don't want that anymore. I want to take my money out. So you can do that, right? So be mindful of small caps, because small caps are prone to misbehaving, right? The same way they go up, they can just crash very fast. So look at this. So somebody that took this trade here in June, they made money, made money, made money. Imagine you are not selling and this crashes on you. What are you going to do? You're going to lose all your gains, and you don't want that. You want to be very disciplined when you're trading small caps, okay? And always buy time on these small caps. Don't just do. Sometimes you can get lucky and you can buy a short dated expiry and it works out, but don't do that. Just be disciplined, right? So one other two, a number of small caps I'm looking at. So Oklo, I believe Oklo is going to hit all-time highs this week if the IWM operates. Oklo so was one of our tickers in the swing trading service. That's 2 weeks ago. And yeah, so we were able to cut these moves. So now Oklo now is heading to all-time highs, right? So I believe that this still has legs to push to all-time highs and then maybe make new all-time highs. So this could be day traded. You could day trade this and target the all-time highs, and then once it breaks, it's going to be like extra bonus. So here you see we had a big cup and handle. So it pulls back here and it breaks out of this wedge pattern, this triangle pattern, and then it's gone, right? It puts in here. So you have here, see here, this is a bullish engulfing candle. This engulfs like 5 days of action. And then anytime you see this, you have a 90% follow through rate. There you go. Boom, gone. Off to the races. Night, night. See you later. Right? That's the thing. So next thing here is that I have there's this small caps that I'm watching. And the the retail traders are chasing it. Everybody's chasing it, right? So anytime there's a lot of crowd and folks chasing something, you just have to be careful, right? You just have to be careful with it. But if you are in, you make your money, you come out, right? Don't overstay your welcome. So here, look at this. Look at this beautiful chart. Open, right? Open. So this so people were shorting this, and then eventually, what do? We saw this curve. This just went, and then it was a short squeeze, right? So this is called a short squeeze, right? So this here, right? This is a short squeeze. This is 250%. So that's what I call small cap summer. This is kind of things that you see, right? You see a big move like that, it just goes. So at some point, the party is going to come to an end, right? So what I'm looking for is that once the party comes to an end, usually, because here this is the highest volume, right? This volume is going to get exhausted. Maybe they're going to get a big gap tomorrow, and then we are going to get a topping tail. If I see a topping tail in this, I'm going to look to short this to the downside because this is going to collapse very fast, right? Because here, all the institutions and those that have been shorting this, they got caught flat-footed. So when you're shorting and borrowing stocks, you have to buy into the buying pressure, and that causes the stock to rally and just escape. That's what we had here. So this at some point is going to crash, and I'm going to look to short it to the downside. But for now, I think that's the party is still going, but the party will come to an end very soon. Okay, maybe somewhere here. Let's see. I'm seeing a resistance zone here, right here, $3. So or maybe it's going to gap up tomorrow and then crash its head into this or somewhere here. This is a zone. This is going to be a supply zone here. This area. So this stock between 3 and 335, I expect it to see a pullback. So once you see a topping tail candle and you check the volume here, the volume is coming down, it tells you that the party is over. So go short and put your stop loss above the candle. Okay. Next one I have here. This one I'm really watching this. This ones I've not played out yet. I'm really watching this one very closely, like with a keen eye. So this one is called Aurora, not Aurora Cannabis, based in Canada, based in Alberta. No, not that one. Aurora Innovations. Okay. So Aurora Innovations is backed by Toyota, right? I did some research on it. It's backed by Toyota. So this is a small cap. You see, like it's less than $10, right? It's backed by Toyota. It's backed by Uber, right? So this has all these self-driving autonomous vehicle stuff. This one of the companies, right? So here, you see this triangle here. This is a wedge party. This triangle here. If this breaks out above this, you see here, see it came down. So here, what it did here is called, so you see this is a trend line. This is a trend line, right? So it broke above this trend line and broke above the 200. The 200 is a simple moving average, 200. This is yellow line, right? And it came back to what I call back to the scene of the crime. So the crime was to break the trend line. So this trend line is, I believe, is how long is it? This is 2025 trend line. This is February, a couple of months ago, right? So this like about like 5 months trend line, right? So he broke above this trend line and he came back to the scene of the crime, and which is usually typical for trend lines. Anytime you break it, it's going to come back, retest. So what I expect to see here, I want to see what is called, in those that have taken our course, this is called rally-based rally. So here, I expect to see if this holds, if we can get a green candle here that goes like this, like breaks above this 200, and then the 200 holds as support, this thing is going to take off and be, I mean, this is the type of trade where this can go to $10 in like this, in a flash, right? And you're not even going to see it happen. It's going to go fast. So put this in your watch list, monitor it. I mean, I'm going to monitor it. I'm actually, let me put the alert here before I forget, because there are too many stocks. So I cannot remember all stocks. So here, let me put an alert on my TC2000 before I forget. So you can do so on your own as well. So here, oh, that's strange. That's a interesting number, 666. Okay. Anytime it gets here, let me know so that I can know what to do, right? So if it gets here, it's going to alert me. It's going to send me an email. If I'm trading, it's going to show up on my screen, and then I'm going to take action. So this one here. So if this breaks out, you can get call options. For these small caps, just buy time. Like give it maybe 3 weeks out, 1 month out, allow it to play out. And then once he hits this target, so this profit targets, you can take a screenshot of this. These are going to be profit targets that you can watch. So these are weekly levels, right? Monitor these profit targets, and then you can take it, maybe $7 calls or something. So these ones, because it's a small cap, be careful with the options, because usually what happens is that with this small cap, sometimes you don't have any volume, right? So you want to buy ones that have enough volume. So you don't want to buy like things like something that has only one person having this contract. You don't want that. You want to buy something that has enough time. So what I would do is that maybe August 15th, you buy time. The longer the duration, the better, right? That way it gives you peace of mind. Let's say $7 calls. You see, you see a lot of people are buying this. So some people know something. So this is 515 people have bought this, right? So this 32 cents. And if you start moving, this 32 cents can go to maybe, who knows? It can go to, that's 33 cents is like, oh, so they say 30 cents, it could go to 300, it could go to 30 or something. Or it could go to $3. I mean, sorry. So you can see it rally significantly from here. So take a note of this. And this like they have a lot of following. And the guys that have the retail traders on Wall Street Bets and other groups who have been following, who have been causing stocks like ASTS. So ASTS. So ASTS is one of the stocks that I talked about here in the weekly watch list a couple of months ago. And I told you guys that the breakout was coming, and it got that big breakout. Let me see if it is in, yeah, let's it load. ASTS. So ASTS. ASTS. So ASTS, see this move? You see this stuff here? ASTS is at all-time highs, okay? The same guys who have been chasing ASTS and causing it to do all this craziness, they are the same guys who are chasing, what's it called? Aurora, okay? And the same guys who were chasing this one, QS, right? This one, you see its move? I think QS, I missed out on this. This one, I got my alert, but I did not, I just slacked off. And this just took off like this. So the same guys who have been chasing this. So those that have been trading, like who were trading like in the pandemic, if you remember, QS, in one day they had an announcement that they created a battery. So they produced like all these electrical batteries. They produced a battery that could be charged in like they said 10 minutes, and it can take you to 300 kilometers, something of that sort. And then it caused this stock to like do some craziness. So this stock went as high as $130 at some point. See, December 2020, right? And what happened to it? And they came back and said, oh well, the technology that you're talking about is not yet there yet, blah blah blah, and it caused the stock to crash, right? So the same guys who are chasing and causing these stocks to rally are the same guys who are chasing Aurora. So just an FYI. And then there's another one, Joby Aviation. You see this parabolic move? It's the same guys that are chasing it. So you see this move that you've seen here? We can see the same thing happen to Aurora. So I want you guys to note that and take action, right? If you see this happen, so you take action on it, and then you see it happen, and then you just have to, take action on it, right? So Aurora is one of them. There's a second one. There's a second one that I'm watching as well, which is Rambo. Are you ready to rumble? It's Rumble. That's the one. Rumble, right? It's rum. So it's not like the alcohol rum, right? So here, rum. So this one. So this company, after they passed the it's called the Genius Act, right? After they passed the Genius Act for stable coins, the president of the US, Donald Trump, tweeted, and I quote, he says, so he tweeted the CEO of this company, RAM. He said he tweeted the guy, his name is CEO is Chris Pawlowski at the signing of the Genius Act. And he said, how is Rumble doing? Good? That's a question mark, right? You are doing a great job. Thank you, Chris. That's the message from the president. So you know that these are lobbies. These are all these guys were lobbying for this, and they got it finally done, right? So Theta is like those that follow crypto. Theta is like the stable coin. There's stable coin conglomerate, right? That runs all the stable coin stuff. They have their biggest, so Rumble's biggest shareholder is that Theta, right? So that's the stable coin. So what's going to happen is I believe that Rumble is ready for a breakout. And if you look at this, you see here, see this, like this stuff here, Rumble. This Rumble is looking for, it's ready for a breakout. So if you look at this, so here, this a ticking time bomb, right? So here you have your cup and handle, and you have this here, this slanting, this like a channel, it's like a parallel channel, right? So over here, you have this is the channel, this is the cap. So we are now at the top of the channel. So if you look at this 2, 1, 2, this is the channel, right? It came back here. So it's like a ping pong game. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. Now we are here, right? So what we need next is that we need to break out of this, right? Once we break out of this, night is gone, right? So put alerts on your TC2000 or your trading view, whichever one you are using. Put an alert here for $10. So if tomorrow or sometime this week you see that RAM is trading at $10, get ready to execute, right? So yeah. So that's about it. That's it. That's it for the weekly watch list. Thanks for waiting to the end. Sorry about the technical issue. We're just trying to figure out this YouTube thing. I was trying to be smart and use Zoom. It worked out the first week, but it looks like the second week here it was giving issues. So let me know if you have any questions. So now what I'm going to do is let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to unmute. I'll be on Zoom, so feel free to unmute. And I've been getting questions about the swing trading service. So I'm going to put the stuff here and show you guys some things. So those that are interested in joining the swing trading service or the day trading service, so basically you go to, let me show you how to get there. So I'll put the link there. So if you want to, you go to our homepage, you go to tradingrich.com here, and you click on courses, right? You click on courses, then here you have the weekly alerts. So this weekly alert here is, so you click on it. So if you want to do swing trading, so if you have a 9 to 5 and you are busy, this is the best service for you, right? So I do all the research, I do the legwork for you, and I give you the information. So when I buy, I let you know that I bought. But before then, the Sunday, like this Sunday, members already in their members area already know the top 3 tickets. And I don't share the top 3 tickets in weekly watch list. That's for only members alone, right? So I've already shared that, and they know what to do and know how to execute, right? So basically, if you click on this, I'm going to post the link here. So this is a no trader left behind service. Okay. So we all execute together. So I'm going to put the link here. So that those that are interested can take action. It's not late. So you can take action tonight. You take action tonight, you are going to see the watch list for the week, the key stocks that I'm looking at. I mean, these stocks are looking to break out like tomorrow, right? And you don't want to miss out on them. So here is a swing trading, start getting alerts. You click on it. So basically you click on it. This is like going to what's it called, Starbucks or something with your friend, buying the coffee and stuff. This is how much it costs. So this is $47 a month. And most of the members that sign up for this service, after the first week, they already made their annual subscription already, times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, right? So basically, right now they're getting the service for free, right? So here is 2 options. You can get $47. You can do the monthly one, or you can do the yearly one, which is so the yearly one, the advantage of the yearly one is that you get 2 months free. So you're only paying for 10 months. You are getting 2 months free. So you do the math, you are going to pay $470. And that is something that is a no-brainer, because like one trade can pay for this, right? So here, so this is the only service where you get 30-day risk-free guarantee, right? You don't guarantee these things, but we believe in the service that we offer, so we give you 30-day money back guarantee. If by 30 days you take the trades and you don't make money, you show us that, hey, you took the trade, you don't make money, you come back to me, we are going to give you a full refund and give it to you. But you have to follow instructions and show that you took the trades, right? It's not you come and take the trade when the trade is like the trade has moved 200% profit already. You don't want that, right? So you have to follow instructions and take the trade. And because I give the videos in advance, you can even take the trade ahead of time. So example, AMD. I told members that day, I say, hey guys, I'm going to an appointment here. AMD is setting up, so just be mindful of it. Once he hits this price target, buy $150 calls, and members went ahead and they bought, right? So that's how it is, and you can take this trade. So every week I give my top 3 picks, top 3 stocks of the week. And then whenever they trigger, I alert it and we take the trade. Last week, we got 3, and I added one. I added both to it as a bonus one. All of them triggered, and it was nice, right? It was a nice trade. Okay. So this is what you get. You get 3 expertly crafted options trade alerts, instant access to swing trading course. So if you don't even know everything about swing trading, we give you a free swing trading course that you can watch and try to understand the language that we use. And then you have real-time text messaging information. So you're going to get real-time DM that, hey, this stuff is triggering. I've taken the trade. I'll tell you when I'm selling, when I'm holding runners, everything. You are going to know everything. And then you have an exclusive online community, right? So we have an exclusive group only for paid members where we post all the key information there. Okay. So yeah, so this is a no-brainer service, and it's not going to be at $47 for long. Very soon it's going to go up very fast. So you want to take advantage now and lock in, because once it gets higher, it's going to be gone, right? Okay, so let's say you are the type that you say, you know what, I want to make money on both sides. Like I want to make weekly. I call this service the weekly money multiplier, right? So every week you're multiplying your wealth, multiplying your money, and then you're making money from there using swing trading service. And it's good for those that are like what's it called, are working 9 to 5 and are busy. You can get that information. And then we have here we have here we have here this we have here as live day trading. So live day trading is for someone that say, hey, I want to make money daily from the market. I want to pull money from the market daily. So this service is a unique service as well, right? So this for day trading. So day trading is that we want to make money every day. So the strategy that we trade only for the first hour. And those that sign up for the service, you see that most of the time we are done by, by 10 a.m. Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. So you can do that and you can go to your 9 to 5, no issues, right? So here, with this service, what we do is that we trade together. So we have is the futures and options. So I start in the morning. We start at 8:45 Eastern. We talk about the game plan for the futures. I also trade futures. So the futures guys can even get into the trade before the market opens. We did that on Thursday, right? Futures traders got into the trade earlier compared to the options guys because futures is open like 23 hours. So we're able to take that trade in our pre-markets. So we shorted the ES and the Nasdaq, and then once the market opened, it triggered to go long. We flipped the switch and went long, right? So that's the advantage of trading options and futures. So there are stocks for everybody. So in this service here is a no trader left behind service where we provide I do live trading 5 days a week with members, and we trade like options and futures. And over here, the target is that we want to get things done by 10:30 a.m. If you see a setup or anything that works within our strategy, we take it and get it done with, right? So here, this service here is also a very affordable service. It's like $97 USD per month. And if you do the yearly service, you get 2 months free, right? So you're just paying for 10 months, right? Again, members that created with us last week, all members, everybody close green, right? Close the week green. And then this is where you learn because you are learning. I'm also teaching and helping new traders to understand why we're taking the trade, why we are doing. This is not an analysis. This like you are learning, right? In all things, understanding is more important than just taking a trade, right? Because once you get the understanding, the money will come naturally, right? And that's what I want the traders who are signed up for this service to get, like understanding. Understand why you're taking a trade so that tomorrow when you see the same trade, you know what to do, right? So these are the two services. So this other one here, I'm going to post it in the link as well. And if you're interested, you can join, and then you can join us to trade live tomorrow. So live tomorrow morning at tomorrow morning at 8:45. We can take action together. So I'm going to post the link here. What's this doing? Just one sec. Post the link here. There we go. Boom. Yeah, so that's the link. So you can get this for the day trading. The other one was for the swing trading. If you want to find it on the website, it's very easy to find. So you go to our main website, tradingrate.com here. And then you click on courses, right? Click on courses. And then once you click on courses, it's going to show you all the different courses that we offer here. So here you have this is the swing trading service. And then this is the live trading if you want to trade with us 5 days a week. Okay. All right. So are there any questions? Let me know if there are any questions here. I see there was a question from Sam said in the beginning you said defensively regards to Georgia. Yeah. So we manage our risk, right? So I'm just saying that because you just want to be able to manage your risk accordingly. And then, so the swing trading service, we have both longs and shorts, depending on what sets up we are going to take it, right? So we are ready for everything. So in the video, I break down what the trade plan is going to be, right? Option one, maybe the main trade is a short. Option two is a long, right? So whichever one sets up, we take the trade and then we execute on that, right? But we always managing our risk. So yeah, that's very important. So so the risk management part is something that I'm very keen on, and I emphasize that in the service. So once you join, you are going to see that being practiced on a daily basis. Okay. All right. Any questions? If you have any question, feel free to unmute to ask. If not, then I believe that everybody's good to go. Let's get ready to trade tomorrow. I'm excited for the upcoming markets. Yeah. Okay, so going once, going twice, no questions. So I believe that everybody's good. So have a good night. We shall. I look forward to trading with the day trading guys tomorrow morning. Okay. All right. Have a good night. Bye bye. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye. Stop share. Oh, my video was not on. Okay. Okay. Okie dokie.
Thanks, Rich.
Hey, how do you? How be?
A day.
They like this student.
How for do now?
They like day trader.